for a second. Like
it almost did. But it's Thursday. We did it. What's up, everybody? First thing I want to say is I want to apologize to everybody, but I also want to applaud everybody that was able to get through the show last week because I listened to it and it was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that.
At some point, you guys could speak up and be like, there is still a terrible echo. It still sounds like shit. So
we tried.
And we're going to blame it on Logan. One, because I'm pretty sure it was his fault. Two, because he's not here yet. And I just wanted to say I've gone somehow 7 days without a beer, something that Logan has probably never done in his life since he was 13.
Maybe he attempted and that's why he's not here. Maybe he's dead somewhere.
No, he was messaging me, asking me what we were drafting before the show. So that is any indication
before this show?
Yeah,
bro, he had drunk himself out of existence in that show. Like,
all right, he's here. Do you think he brought the microphone? Let's see. I mean, why would he want to be, on time for a show?
He has a cocktail.
Okay, there's no microphone, which is good, but we are going to have better audio because we are back in here. And I will have to. The one thing that I'm going to do backstage before he leaves is I'm going to actually show him how to turn volume down on a computer and plug in a headphone in a jack that is labeled with a headphone.
You just plug it in the HDMI, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to have a microphone jack, like an audio style jack for my microphone on my computer on one of my HPs. The same. So all I did was upgraded. I went from a 15-inch HP Omen to a newer version, 17-inch HP Omen, and the newer one does not have that second jack. And it has less USB and HDMI ports in it. I'm like, what?
All right. So this week we are doing iconic video game character bracket show. Logan, we did the draft last week. Not sure if you remembered. I don't think you did based on the conversation we had earlier.
I do now.
Okay. Must have been one hell of a 9-year-old birthday party.
It's a good day.
So what we're going to do is now the viewers, you are going to draft them and vote on them as we put them out there. And if anybody wants to fill out the bracket, we're going to give you like 5 more minutes because we're going to get this going, the first pick or two. Yes, it's a big deal, but it's not overly big. We have about 15 brackets, and you're wondering, what the hell would I want to fill out a bracket? Because the winner who has the most points, which was almost Toby last week, but it was not. Congratulations to Kelly of Scots with 37 points, Toby with 36 points, and then in third place was Amanda with 32 points. So that was our top 3. The Kelly of Scots sent an email. You got a $20 e-gift card to Copper John's to buy whatever you want. We're going to do it again this week and every single week to the winner. It's a fun little take on that. So again, we got about 15 brackets. If anybody wants to fill one out, go ahead. You do not have to be present to win, but you won't know who won. So maybe we're going to mess with you for not being around.
I was going to do one this week, man, but then I was looking at the bracket and I'm like, I don't feel like pulling my hair out, just trying to get through round 1.
Yeah.
Well, see, I did it in 35 seconds. I thought this week was easy.
Well, we'll have to see how this pans out because, he thinks it's easy because he didn't even have to draft them. And he has the stress of like, do you go with your person because you drafted them or do you go with me? I wanted to go with my heart. I don't think the viewers would have been on my side.
Yeah, I know the viewers wouldn't have been on my side if I went with my heart.
Yeah.
The viewers aren't on my side with my heart ever. Except
Zach, it's okay. None of us are going to be Toby. The viewers are on your side.
Brandon, as long as you're proud of me.
I don't know. Euban is claiming that he's going to go back to back. So we'll have to see what we do. Let's jump right into it. If you guys are ready, let's show the bracket here. We got it going. This is it. First matchup, and obviously in round 1 is going to be Mega Man and Knuckles, and then it's going to go down with me, as Logan pronounced it last week. I'm picking me in Mike Tyson. It's Little Mac. Agent 46, Laura Croft.
47. Who typed in Agent 46?
I did it for fun. Typo, my bad. It's Agent 47 from Hitman. Laura Croft. The 4 block from Tetris. That's a big word. Mike Tyson. And just keep in mind that I had to produce and do a lot of the stuff because Zach was wrestling. No, not wrestling. Not wrestling. As you saw in Triple T last week, they mean different things. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Steve from Minecraft, Princess Peach, Yoshi, Kratos, James Bond, Pikachu, Frogger, Bowser, Kirby, Crash Bandicoot, and Scorpion. And then they will go on there, and it's gonna be good.
Got a couple of Nintendo. What it looks like 3 different Nintendo only fucking lockups.
A lot of Nintendo love.
Oh no, Knuckles is Sega. So But you got Princess Peach and Yoshi, and Bowser and Kirby. So
yeah. All right. Producer Zach is gonna make sure spelling and things are good going forward. So glad to have him back. And Agent 69 for the win.
Funny number.
All right. Let's okay.
Comment of the night.
Just finished it. All right. Awesome. All right. Now that Brooke is in and it's official, let's if you guys want, let's jump right into the first pick.
Let's do it.
I got to end the other poll. 61% of people have not sent in a bracket. Hey, it's up. That means 39% of you guys that voted did. So congratulations to that. Let's do this.
Round 1.
Who wins?
Fight.
This matchup. And it's going to be, if you guys want to start talking about it, it's going to be Mega Man versus Knuckles.
Hey, it's Squeaks Beard.
Shout out Squeaks Beard.
Squeaks Beard.
You know, as much shit as the person who picked, and I'm not going to name names, who picked Knuckles was last week. It may have been me. It may not have been. There was as much shit in guff as given to the person who picked Mega Man for picking Mega Man. So I think honestly, when it comes to iconic, I don't think either of these are iconic. I would say Mega Man probably has the hand up, no pun intended, on this one.
Yep. This is a tough one for me. Go ahead, Toby. I filled out a bracket, but it was pretty much, this one's 50-50. I think it's gonna be close.
I'm with you. Like Knuckles is a great supporting character. Mega Man is a main character and has had many more iterations that he's appeared in, but people are going to start to know who Knuckles is now because the movie. I mean, especially the movie
from Sonic and Knuckles. No,
got nothing.
Like he's like,
Not surprising.
But I mean, I said Mega Man. I mean, I'm 47 years. Oh my God, I'm 47 years old.
Thanks, dude.
And I mentioned Mega Man. That's a game that I played a lot of on the Nintendo when I was younger. And it was just baffling to me how many people were like, I have no idea who that is. Like, there's 12 Mega Man games.
See, I never knew Mega Man was a video game until I was like 12 or 13 because there was a Saturday morning cartoon of Mega Man. I just thought Mega Man was like Astro Boy. He was like another like Japanese anime import type cartoon.
It was an awesome game. It was awesome. All right, so the poll is live. We'll get that up there, and we'll see who wins the matchup. We'll see who in there. Little bit of a quieter night, so I think the polls are going to go a little bit quicker tonight. People are probably like, I'm not listening to the. And we talked about it a little in the office. There wasn't for whatever reason as much excitement for video games. I don't think, at least in the office, there wasn't as many video gamers as there were like movies and stuff like that. So to be expected. I don't know. I'm excited about this one, being a kid that grew up playing some video games and not watching movies. So. All right, this one, I'd like to see if we can get to 20 votes, so I'm just going to see if we can, we'll just give it another minute. This one's pretty much over. So
we don't even have 20 people watching.
I know. Oh, I didn't look at the numbers. Okay.
We got 17 votes of 19 people. That's our best. That's our best vote to person percentage we've ever had.
That's a pretty good percentage.
That is pretty good. So we got more people that submitted brackets that are watching the show, so that's awesome. Hey, all right, this one is over. Moving on to take on Mario. With 65% of those 17 votes is Mega Man. Mega Man moves on to take on Mario. Like I said, I think we all could have seen that go either way. So we'll throw the bracket up here. Mega Man and Mario in the matches of the M's. Next matchup, Little Mac taking on Agent 47.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a fucking no-brainer.
See, I think it's a no-brainer for you, but I think, this is where it's got fun because this is a no-brainer for me, but I think we're on different perspectives here.
I don't even know I don't even know who that is, what video games it come from, but I'll tell you this.
The video game Hitman.
Okay, never played it, which is okay. I've heard of the game, of course, but never played it. But I will say this. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, great game. Probably the first character I would have picked on Mike Tyson's Punch-Out would have been Mike Tyson.
Instead of whatever that little guy's name is.
After that, maybe the old guy with the gray mustache.
But listen.
Or Glass Joe.
And I'm not worried because Little Mac ain't gonna win this whole thing, clearly. But I never saw Mike Tyson in that video when I was boxing. I always saw Little Mac though, or as I said, me.
Well, to be fair,
I kind of look like
Punch-Out. It probably was no longer Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. It was probably just
Punch-Out. And for me, Little Mac is
What did it come out first as?
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson's
But
punch
then
out,
it
but then Mike
evolved.
Tyson got a rape charge against him, and then it was no longer Mike Tyson's punch
Yeah,
out.
like,
And
I only
that-
knew it as Mike
that was
Tyson's
less
punch
than
out.
a year.
I didn't even know that it had changed.
Bald Bull was the guy that I actually had written down on my list out of all the characters. from
Debated
Tyson.
Glass Joe just because he's the first one that everybody
Right.
Oh, fuck
pounds. And
yeah.
you're like, Glass Joe. And Little Mac, for me, honestly, could be, if not my favorite video game character of all time.
Yeah, he's
Because I like
cool.
Mike
He's
Tyson
the
Punch
winner.
Out, and I love him in Super Smash. He is awesome in Super Smash. Really good. Probably
Who's that? Oh, Little Mike,
Little Mac, is awesome in Punch Out. And ironically, I was looking at some ratings. Know who like the number one Super Smash player is, like character? Princess Peach.
Really?
She throws down in Super Smash.
Never. I've never
Never seen
played
a girl
Super
fight?
Smash.
I saw the Kentucky women's basketball team fight. They were in a brawl,
What was it? 11 ejected.
something like that.
When was that?
Yesterday?
Last night.
I have not watched the ESPN to watch this.
All right, we are up to 18 votes. Landslide of a pick. Breaking my heart. But I'm going to make one person up there with the Coors Original smile. Agent 47 moves on with 72% of the votes. Which I have to admit, great character. Hitman was a good game. Fantastic game. Awesome character. Very surprised,
Coming out with
honestly.
games. Also has 2 movies. I mean,
Yep.
What's better? I mean, obviously, you like. I don't mean it like what's better, the movie or the game, but did the movies help the game, or was the game out long enough that
I think the movies
the
helped.
game had been
spur
out.
the game.
I think they had already had three games out by the time
Okay.
the first movie came out, and I think they had 5 games out by the time the second movie came out.
All
movies
right.
are good.
To talk about value, putting out Agent 47 at the 25th pick. I mean,
Heck
that's
yeah.
just
Good value.
that's points on the board right there. If we're really gunning for that Copper John's gift card.
Heck yeah. Taking on the winner of Agent 47 is going to be Lara Croft, or the Tetrominos. Did I say that right? Tetro of 4 block.
Tetrominos?
The 4 block in Tetris.
Well, I would say I love the 4-block Tetraminos, the 4 lines in a row, right?
Yep.
But I would say whatever triangle shapes that Lara Croft had on her front side probably beats that.
Mhm.
Well played. Well played.
I agree.
Not going to argue that one there, but
Selfishly, I want Lara Croft to win.
I take her
I
as
don't
a
wanna
video
keep-
game character over most of the women I've ever met.
It's fair.
Wow.
And Logan, I would lock you in a freezer like I did to her butler. So
Jesus.
wow.
Yeah.
you don't remember that from the first Tomb Raider?
I'm still worried that
When you're in her house in the beginning of the game, this fucking butler follows you around like shuffling and bumping into you with a tray. And in the kitchen, there's a walk-in freezer, and you can follow him in there, and you can just lock him in the freezer. And then for the rest of the game, he just bumps into the back of the freezer door.
All right. We're up to
Leave her
17
alone.
votes. Great engagement. You guys are just firing these votes away, and I do greatly appreciate that. 88%. We're going to go ahead and call this one. You're going to get those triangle shapes in the front. They advance to take on Agent 47, Lara Croft.
Now, who wins in a fight?
Ooh.
Now I've had arguments with some people that
Wait, you've argued with somebody before? Don't believe it.
Stop. You're a
so
priest.
I had arguments with people about the way that these brackets go as far as how people should vote. It is not about can one beat the other. And somebody was like, well, in the supervillains one, you guys kept talking about how one had these powers and the other one had these powers. I'm like, yes, to make a comparison between the two, but that's not to say that they were going to fight each other. So it's not like, does Lara Croft beat the fucking straight line blocks from fucking Tetris?
Yep.
It's which is the more notable character in your mind.
Yeah, or like in the next, the first matchup of the second round is going to be Mario and Mega Man. It's not who is going to win in a fight. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, Mario versus Mega Man in an actual fight.
Yeah, Mario's just going to go right down his arm tube.
Laura Croft hers could never get into some of those spots the 4-block did.
But like you said, this is the most iconic. So it is, when you think video game characters, who is iconic? Who stands out in your mind? Who is very recognizable? And that's how we drafted it. If that's how you guys vote, sweet. If you vote otherwise, then it's going to make an interesting bracket for the people that filled them out. But, all right. That was well said. I appreciate you bringing that up, because leave it to Zach to say, who would win in a fight?
Well, I brought it up because it's going to be like at least an hour and a half before we get back to that pick. So
I think after that pick is done, we can all spend about 2 seconds to argue that.
We'll do it at the end.
Right.
All right, let's go to the next matchup. Mike Tyson versus Steve from Minecraft. Who is more iconic? Again, not going to win in a fight. Who is more iconic as a video game character, Mike Tyson or Steve from Minecraft? Brandon, your mustache is looking fantastic again, and I love that the mustache pairs with that North Carolina outfit. Just throwing it out there.
I think, honestly, for us, you got to take the nostalgia out of it. You have to think of not our own life experiences, how many hours we spent playing in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but the reach that Minecraft has had. Now, I know that Toby brought this up last time when he says, well, nobody really knows who Minecraft Steve is because you don't really get to see him. You see every other thing, including different mobs in the game and things like that.
The Creeper, is that what it's called?
The Creeper, the little green guy, yep. So I would still lean towards Minecraft Steve on this.
Can I be honest? I haven't played Minecraft. I know Minecraft Steve, and the main reason I know that is from the Teenage Bottle Rocket song called "They Called Me Steve," which is about Minecraft. So shout out Teenage Bottle Rockets. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting, I think, to see how the people vote because of the nostalgia and the new age.
Well, at the same time, like Mike Tyson was for the game that we're pulling him out there for. He was on that game for, I think, maybe 7 months before he got pulled, and still to this day shows up in just about every single gaming magazine's most difficult boss of all time.
Yeah. Yep, it's there, and I mean, even if you like do Google searches for ratings on the game itself, it's always 90-something%, like high 90s. But I bet you Minecraft's up there. Minecraft for viewer rating.
Now, Minecraft's been around for quite a while, right? Like easily a decade or more.
2012 is when it really hit big on the brand scheme, and it went
to
different platforms.
But I mean, if we're talking about leave nostalgia out of it, when Minecraft first came out, and let's say it started hitting big 2012, and we got people in here that are in their mid to late 20s, that's nostalgia for them. That's they were kids when they started playing it.
Yeah, after 4.8 million votes in the App Store for Minecraft, it's 4.6 rating. So, I mean, it's very highly rated. And just funny, just the rating systems, you know what I mean? From the Tyson game being 96% to this being almost 5 stars. So,
yeah. I still think
this
I
is going to be a good one.
The Creeper out of Minecraft characters.
All right. This one I'm calling. We hit our 20 votes. All right. People are coming in. They're there. So, again, yeah, we're calling it. Moving on to the next round.
Well, that's your failure as a parent, Jace, not her failure as a child.
The winner is Steve from Minecraft. 65% of the votes.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's good. That's good. 22 votes. I love it. We're getting up there now. Let's do the thing.
Now that we got 31 people on there, we got to have 25 votes this time.
Let's do it. All right.
Do it.
Steve takes on Sonic the Hedgehog in the next matchup, the 12th matchup of the day. We are, for people just joining, you only missed the first 4. All right. So now we're on 5, Princess Peach in Yoshi. I'm excited about this one. This one's pretty good.
I mean, you can't have a Mario game without Princess Peach, right? Like, I mean, she's always getting herself into some sort of shit that Mario's got to go and pull her out of, right? Well, the only reason why Mario is even a character is because Princess Peach is such a clumsy bitch, constantly getting fucking kidnapped by a giant spiky fucking turtle.
Yeah.
Hey, don't yuck her, young.
How do you keep getting yourself in those situations? And it's funny because they must have felt bad for her because as she evolved in other games, she became this badass in other games. Like, I I don't get it. Maybe it's all that know what it is? It's street tough. I mean, I guess if you're stolen and abducted that many times, you're going to be tough.
Yeah.
bet
Not
you-
smart.
Like the girl at the very beginning of Double Dragon. Do you guys remember these? It's the two guys walking with this girl, and these guys come up and they just straighten the gut on her, and she's like, "Oh!" and they pick her up over the shoulder and they walk off. I'm like, you can't show that in a video game nowadays. Just some guy walking up and be like, "Hey, babe," straight to the baby maker. It doesn't work that way, man.
Doesn't.
They should have learned that from Mike Tyson, that you can't do that. I mean, like, they just didn't do their homework.
See, I disagree, Jace. I think maybe this is all just foreplay for them.
Oh.
You know what? Yeah, it could be straight up role play. You know.
Yeah, I mean, Mario just rips a bunch of shrooms and then sweeps his lady off her feet, and they go run to their fancy like little dungeon chamber thing. I mean, I don't understand.
In that universe.
Yeah, you got to read between the lines.
In their multi-universe thing, they're just role playing, and she's
we're just like, along for the ride.
Boys.
What if
save me? And I'm
here, plot twist, guys. What if it's actually Luigi is married to Peach, and it's kind of like
JFK, Robert Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe thing?
Maybe they're from Governor and they're both married. All right, I'm calling this one 75% of the votes. In my opinion, a little bit of a shocker, but not a shocker. Yoshi, 75% of the votes of the 24 votes. Yoshi moves on to take on the number 5 seed, Link. So here is the updated bracket. Here's where we just did Link and Yoshi. Next matchup is going to be Kratos and James Bond.
I don't remember exactly, but I think I am very close to have guessed this bracket so far on my paper bracket that I submitted earlier today.
Yeah, well, I can just burn that one and nobody will ever know. Nobody likes a bragger. Jeez. But we will update this and we'll announce it either in the Beard Loss community. Obviously, I'll have your email or reach out for an email if you are the winner, and we'll definitely announce it on the next bracket show as well. So, guys, this one here, Kratos, James Bond. This is another one that is going to be a little bit of a nostalgia versus new school, and this one's tough for me.
Remind me who Kratos is.
I mean,
God of War.
God of War.
Yeah.
Probably didn't play.
I think everybody knows God of War. I think everybody knows about the big red face paint slash and the
beard.
Yeah, and the beard and everything else.
Boy.
Interestingly enough, which I thought was odd because correct me if I'm wrong, GoldenEye was a Nintendo 64 game, right? Nintendo.
Correct.
Yeah, it's released on Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, they remastered it.
Yep.
Yeah, the controls are shit, unresponsive as fuck. Hopefully they patch that. But
they did a while back. Rare, like the old school game developer Rare, released a box set called Rare Replay, which was a bunch of like old school like arcade SNES and N64 releases. It had like Battletoads on it. It had Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. It had a bunch of like those old school games on. I think it had an Earthworm Jim game on it.
Cool. Glad we're talking about Kratos and James Bond. That's kind of the point.
He does do that like at least once every show, right? Like
I know, and it's like I have to say something or he'll go on and on. I know you haven't been here for a couple of weeks, but
I haven't been here for a week.
You haven't.
I knew that was.
Yeah, you don't have to make up the mic time. Pass the mic. Brandon didn't even get to throw in what he thought about Kratos and James Bond because you're talking about I don't even know. I wasn't listening, and if I'm not listening, the viewers aren't.
I did notice that we had a dip in viewership.
Yes, I mean that's
hey,
your cue to
actually,
shut
Matt, can you shut the fuck up for 5 minutes?
That's funny. His mic just turned off. Don't know how that happened.
I never played God of War, but it was told many times over I should, and I'd probably love the game and love the character. Know the character, of course. But James Bond, man. That GoldenEye game, I'm trying to take nostalgia out of it, but still, that game was probably the best game on the 64 and rated the best game of the year. I don't know, like 2 or 3 years in a row or something like that. And probably the best game of the 90s, with the exception of Super Mario World.
Yeah. No, it's a good one. And yeah,
this is my only argument against James Bond. And I'm sure it's a moot point because I'm sure people have already made their vote. But this is my argument against James Bond. You guys don't remember James Bond as a character in this game. You remember the game. So GoldenEye being iconic as a game, absolutely. James Bond iconic as a character, not at all. I think in this one, if it goes one way or the other, it's going to be because people are voting on the game and not the characters.
Not going to extend the argument at all, but just to say I disagree with that, because that opening scene of doo 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 boom, that I remember that. You wanted to be James Bond. You wanted to fucking tell you.
No, I get it. So now we're saying James Bond, the movie character, is iconic. I got it, because that's all that was from. That's just from every movie.
I think it's iconic because that video game made the movies better.
No, it's awesome. He won, and we get to argue about it again next round. Landslide of a vote. I was surprised by this, especially because I believe God of War even came out like as a given game and like new PS5s and stuff. So I thought Kratos would definitely. Hey, that's why we vote. James Bond moves on to take on Luigi. Luigi. All right, next matchup. Let's throw it up here on the screen. Pikachu taking on Frogger. Pikachu and Frogger. Yeah.
Electricity Pokemon are strong against water.
Thank God they're not fucking going against each other. Shut the fuck up with the matchups like that.
Yeah, it's not a fight.
It's the second time we've had to fucking say something about it. They're not facing each other.
Rusty, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to turn the mic completely off and just put them backstage to produce.
Jesus Christ.
So just to remind you, it is not a matchup of who wins in a physical fight. It is who is more iconic. When you think video games, do you think Pikachu or do you think Frogger? I mean, which one's more iconic?
So don't get me wrong, like the Pokemon games, legendary. Like I fucking love the Pokemon games. But whenever I think of Pikachu, I think of the cartoon. I don't think of the games as much. So I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah. I for me, I'm just not a Pikachu guy. I'm not a Pokemon guy, but I tell you what, I played the shit out of Frogger.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not trying to break Zach's heart here, but just to say the Pokemon game and the series and everything is so popular amongst a very small group of people. And I don't think it's I don't think that's extended. I don't even think Frogger should win this one either. To be honest with you, I couldn't argue for Frogger because I don't like that dumbass game either. But I'm just, my point is about Pokemon.
Yeah. Yep. The poll is up. So obviously people are commenting this and that. I was waiting to see, getting you guys fired up. 23 votes in. We are very close. It is 52 to 48%.
We're also in it. When we were talking about this generational gap and everything, it's really weird because even the younger generation still knows what you're talking about when you talk about Frogger.
Yeah,
they know.
Yep.
So it's not like that game's character and that game's name has been lost over time.
All right, this was our closest matchup of the day. 27 votes. I believe this one's out of reach. 56% of the votes goes to Pikachu.
Oh,
hey, it's okay.
Yeah,
people like Pikachu, like you said. Pikachu's got a tough matchup next round in the 15th matchup of the night to take on Donkey Kong, which is going to be right over here. So we got two matchups left.
The Frogger versus Donkey Kong matchup. Holy shit!
I've never been drunk and played Pikachu. I've definitely been drunk and played Frogger before.
No, we already did that vote. Can't talk about it anymore.
Oh my god!
Here we go. Wasting my time.
Like me better.
All right, kids. Just because we're voting on games that kids play doesn't mean we have to act like them.
What are you talking about?
I'm in the middle of this. I'm in the middle of this. This is unreal. All right. So also, if you guys next week go to beardlaws.com/employment, we're going to try to find 2 people to fill some seats. So feel free to send your applications. Must pass a driving test. And
if you dump me for producer Jace, I swear to God,
what are you going to do?
I'm going to start drinking Bustelo in the office again.
I don't really
care.
They
show up in the interview on time. I'm fucked.
Oh, 100%. All right. Well, the good news is for you, producer Jace cannot drive here twice a week, so you have that ability.
Well, that's good because his music is really loud,
and because you can't make it here. Anyways, let's move on. Bowser versus Kirby. Bowser versus Kirby in the 8th matchup of the night. This is a good one. this is a good one. One of them I am a huge fan of. One of them I'm not. So I'm not going to say my piece. Somebody else go.
I don't have an argument here. I mean, my whole argument would be for Bowser because I've never played a game that had Kirby in it. I just know that Kirby goes and then eats things.
See, I think the argument for Kirby the same argument that Brandon used for Pokemon can be applied to Kirby. Like, I don't know a bunch of Kirby like super fans, but the ones that I do know, like, they fucking love like the Kirby universe. Kirby's a very good character in Smash, in my opinion, which I think boosts his value. It's their value a little bit.
It's
pronouns are weird. Yeah, I think depending on where we're at on that video game spectrum, I think Kirby could edge Bowser.
Kirby could edge Bowser. I'd like to see that video.
Yeah, hey. Bowser's like, show me what that mouth do.
That's on Bowser's OnlyFans page.
When Toby gave his explanation of what Kirby does and then eats things, my first thought was like, man, I wish my wife did that.
And anyway, backstage we've got Logan's wife.
Hey. Nope, not this show. That was a different
where
show.
are the kids?
Above Doug's playing Nerf.
Hey, they got real darts.
Hey, all right, this one is over. 29 votes. We're almost at 30. Appreciate every single person that's taken time to vote. 66% of the votes go towards Bowser.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Bowser
that's a surprising one for me.
Cool.
Bowser moves on to take on the number 3 seed Pac-Man. And the last matchup of the first round is Crash Bandicoot versus Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Oof.
This is a good one. So if you guys talk, and I will get the poll ready. Crash Bandicoot versus Scorpion.
Some of my
Crash Bandicoot, excellent fucking character, but everybody knows Scorpion.
As far as like iconic goes, Crash Bandicoot was one of the 2 pillars holding up like that original PlayStation release. Scorpion and Metal Gear, like, super popular, but man, I don't know, Crash Bandicoot, like.
So we're talking Scorpion from Metal Gear Solid, right?
No, from
Mortal Kombat. Okay.
Or Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Snake.
Snake.
My
Yeah, you were thinking
apologies.
Snake. It's all right.
My apologies.
They both start with an S. It was on the briefcase the whole time.
They do.
I liked Sub-Zero more than Scorpion. So I don't know. I don't even remember playing Crash Bandicoot, but I don't know if I would say. Yeah, I guess I would say Scorpion is probably the most popular character from Mortal Kombat. But I still love Sub-Zero.
Like I just picture how gruesome it was, and you know what I mean. Yeah, you could freeze them and then smash them to pieces, but that just throw and then through it.
Dude, that hand spike that comes out, get over here. Like everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Raiden's better.
Oh, Raiden was good. What a game. All right, this one, 31 votes, 61% of the votes goes towards Scorpion. Scorpion advances to take on probably the person that has teabagged more people on the entire planet, Master Chief. Master Chief. All right, let's roll up the bracket. I'm going to sneeze.
That's going to be a tough matchup, I'm not going to lie.
Bless you, sir.
Thank you. All right. So game 10 is going to be Mario Mega Man, then Agent 47, Lara Croft, Sonic the Hedgehog, Steve from Minecraft, Link versus Yoshi, Luigi versus James Bond, Donkey Kong versus Pikachu, Pac-Man versus Bowser, Master Chief versus Scorpion. I gotta say the voters are doing a fantastic job because round 2 is gonna be good. I'm excited for this, and it's only gonna get better from here. What do you guys think? Pretty good round 1?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's keep the voting up over 30.
Ooh.
That's what I say. We're at 30, 31 last.
I think the first one is just going to be an absolute fucking landslide.
Yep, I'm gonna go. We're gonna get right into it. Mm-hmm. Mega Man versus Mario. You know Mario. You know Mega Man. We've talked about it. And who's gonna win this matchup? I feel like we all are on the same page. Somebody with an M to start their name.
Somebody whose name starts with an M is winning this round.
Well, it started out with the first 17 votes, 100%. So it is now down to 83% after 24 votes. One of them is done. We're going to let the voting continue, but just for the practice, continue to vote. Let's get to however many you want. 30
at this point.
practice at this point. Mario moves on to take on the winner of Agent 47 in Laura Croft, which is going to be our 11th matchup. Yep. Hey, Mega Man, congrats you. You put up 15% of the 27 votes.
That's like not voting for Babe Ruth for the Hall of Fame.
Well, that's
It's like not voting for Pete Rose.
Ooh.
Oh,
very
don't even
wrong.
get me started with
Hey,
Moving
that.
along.
moving along.
Agreed, by the way.
Agent 47, not 46, not 69, the 47th agent and Laura Croft squaring off in an iconic video game. Not who would win in a fight, but who is more iconic when you think video games. Agent 47 from Hitman or Laura Croft. Am I saying it's Laura, right? Or is it Lara?
It's Laura.
Why do I keep saying Laura? Nobody's been like, it's fucking Lara.
Because I, don't
I
want
said
to know that.
I said that last week. I just
Oh, well, that was
gave up
last
on trying it. It's like trying to tell you that Lilette's name is Lilette.
Lalita.
No, it's Lalita.
Exactly. See?
Okay, Lara Croft. Thank you, Toby, for saying it last week. And you guys are being very nice to me for some reason. Keep shitting on Zach and Logan.
Yeah, that's good.
Agent 47, Lara Croft. That was awkward. Anyways,
Honestly, this one's difficult just because they both happen to hit the scene similar time frames. Laura came first. So Laura came first, and then Hitman was not that far behind, maybe a couple of years at most.
Mm-hmm.
And they both probably had the same number of iterations of games, but they both had movies. It's hard to say. I think the nostalgia will get people to vote for Laura over Agent 47, but I mean, I wouldn't be mad either way.
Elo says Lara has boobs. Instant win.
I think a big part with this too is that, at least in my opinion, the Tomb Raider games were much easier than the Hitman games.
Oh yeah.
So I think Laura gets a little bit of rub because you actually have to be skilled at video games to be good at the Hitman games.
Oh, I never played any of the games, but I'll tell you that in my personal life, Laura got a lot more rub.
Especially when Angelina Jolie was playing her.
Ooh, yeah. And that,
I mean,
is
I
that why you
didn't say
is that why you picked Knuckles? All right. So Lara Croft won with 77% of the votes to take on a very tough #1 seed, Mario. Next matchup is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog versus Steve from Minecraft.
This one's going to be tough.
This is a good one.
It's a good one. And thanks to the viewers, there was 31 votes. So you guys are all over it.
Good job,
Keeping solid with that above 30 vote level, man.
Love it.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna press this while we're talking. They'll get voting. I'm interested to see how this goes. Guarantee you, and I will bet any money, Brandon. I know you're a gambling man. Somebody with an S is gonna win this one.
I think you're right.
Dad
Remember,
joke.
guys, if we don't keep it above 30 votes, Logan doesn't go home tonight. He just goes out with a bottle of Jack Daniels somewhere.
Honestly, on this one, I can't see Sonic losing. Sonic is just, again, and once again with his new resurgence with the movies. But I mean, even taking that out of there, you recognize Sonic. You know the sound when he'd lose all those rings. You know what I mean? That his boot up sound. Zzz, ding. I mean, Steve from Minecraft is.
And
Steve from Minecraft.
Just a wow. This is a blowout. 31 votes, 90% of the votes.
Yeah, I'm taking time.
I'm
to make
shocked
sure
by
is
this
centered.
one, honestly.
I thought this was going to be closer too, but
Wow. Sonic, 90%. Sonic moves on to take on the winner of our next matchup, Link or Yoshi.
Ooh.
This one. Good luck to the voters on this one. Logan, you know both of those.
I do know both those.
I'm gonna give Brandon or Logan a chance on this.
Link versus
Yoshi.
you got to go with Link on this. I mean, I love Yoshi, and I think Yoshi's probably the most lovable character on the show, on the game. But Link is, man, that goes from regular NES to Super Nintendo to Nintendo 64 beyond. So
I agree.
and let it be known, Link is the elven-looking fella in the green jacket with the funny hat. Okay, It's not Zelda. I'm into. Me and Drew Thornhill's on the same page as me, but I mean, it's whatever.
Well, if Drew Thornhill would come over to YouTube and actually place a vote, then his vote would matter.
Right.
Oh yeah, wouldn't it?
Earlier today, I walked in the door of
Did it
someone who Drew and I are related to. We married into the family, and everyone said, "Hey, Drew," and I was very upset because I thought I was better looking than him, but apparently not.
No,
That's such an
he's
insult.
Ugly as shit.
That is such an insult to Drew.
It's
I'm sorry.
No, it's an insult to. Yeah, fair. He's a handsome little fellow.
yeah, but I don't have a wildly successful franchise, Jay. So, suck it.
All right.
I mean,
Voting is live.
you're wildly successful, and let's be honest. Anybody that's ever played Ocarina of Time is they know what one of the greatest games ever made is like. So
Also, straight bangers out of that game. I mean, every song just.
I'm not counting anybody down.
Song
I'm counting.
of Storms, get out of here.
I'm counting down the voting so everybody can see there. That way we can cut it and nobody gets mad at me. It's really close. 33 votes. Moving on with 50. Okay, there's another one. 55% of the votes is Link. Link will take on Sonic the Hedgehog. That's going to be a good one.
wow, that was a lot closer than I suspected that would be. That
There was a
makes me
lot of
kind-
love for
That really makes
Yoshi.
me worry about Link's longevity in this tournament, and he's one of the ones that I had picked to be in the top 4.
I think Link gets by Yoshi. I think we see Link in the semis, if not finals.
We'll have to see. Stick around, everybody, because that'll be match 19. We are on match 14. Luigi versus James Bond, most iconic video game character.
Again, taking the game in itself and throwing that out and talking about just characters, I go for Luigi on this. You can't know Mario without knowing who Luigi is. I mean, the very first game was called Mario Brothers, and it had them both in there before anybody even knew what their names were.
Yep.
Did you know that
Iconic, not the coolest.
Mario's name was going to be Jumpman?
Yes.
And then they
Well,
had
it originally was. That's what his name was in the game Donkey Kong.
Yeah, then there was a lawsuit settlement, so they had to name it after the guy that owned the building that Nintendo of America was in, and his name was Mario.
It's the Mario.
Which is crazy because did Nintendo develop Donkey Kong? Because Mario's in Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that was his first appearance. Yep. And he was a carpenter, not a plumber.
Right. Yeah.
Those horrible pixels. Can you really even tell?
Yes. Yes, you can.
I don't know.
All right. This one, 30 votes, 77% of the votes went to Luigi. Luigi moves on to take on the winner in the 20th game of the next matchup, Donkey Kong and Pikachu.
Shout out Luigi's Mansion.
Shout out Luigi's Mansion.
And I tell you what, it's going to be interesting because Mario was very first picked in the draft. Luigi was number 2. So
I say shout out to our voters because they are doing a fantastic job right now.
Yep, Logan gets to go home tonight because of you guys.
Thank God.
Logan does have one vocal supporter though in the chat.
Hi, Oren.
Yep, Oren wants Logan to go
I know
get
Oren.
hammed.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah, that would be epic if it ends up as a Luigi versus Mario final. Then it would be a whole different debate. We'd have to figure out who is more iconic in the eyes of the viewers.
there you go.
There you go.
It's gotta be Donkey
Kong.
There's another comment. Yeah. I was gonna say star that one, man.
I'll start that one for us.
Congratulations, Drew. You are in the running, if not the favorite, for the comment of the night. Know what you win?
That's a good one.
Logan will buy you a drink next time he gets called Drew at a bar. All right.
Dude, it happened. I was
Oh.
once asked if I was his father. I was once called him next to his father. It's
As long
All
as
right.
he didn't sleep with his mother. Next question.
Speaking of fathers, Donkey Kong versus Pikachu.
we never fell asleep.
It's got to be Donkey Kong. I think Donkey Kong wins because
Sorry.
they changed him up from his first iteration when I don't remember even what the game was, where Mario's like, or was it Mario or was it somebody else running away or trying to run from Donkey Kong throwing the barrels?
No,
Yeah,
it was Mario
that was
trying
Mario.
to stop.
That was
Donkey
the
Kong.
original Donkey Kong.
And from that iteration to the Super Nintendo versions, were some of the best damn games on a 32-bit system. I think that's whatever it was.
Super
16?
Nintendo, I think, was
16?
16.
16.
Was that Donkey Kong Country after that?
Donkey Kong Country? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Was
you got to
that
go.
yellow? Was that a yellow cartridge? Or am I thinking of Donkey Kong 64 on the N64?
I do not recall. I don't think it was yellow though.
And you also had like Donkey Kong Jr. and all the other. I really, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When it came down to the original games, like I really liked Donkey Kong Jr. more than I liked Donkey Kong.
Same.
Was there a Donkey Kong Jr. they didn't know about? Or are you thinking of Diddy Kong?
I think Diddy
No,
Kong.
I'm talking about Donkey Kong Jr.
Either way, 84% of these votes.
Brandon's like, I gotta look this up. Are you kidding me right now?
32 votes. Donkey Kong moves on with
Donkey Kong
84%
Jr.
over the beloved Pikachu.
Well, there was a Donkey Kong Jr. Look at that.
I know. I played it.
Well, I just listen.
He was saying you didn't
You're
believe.
47.
I believed you.
There's a game called Diddy Kong.
Diddy
Yes.
Kong with his peanut poppers, baby.
That must
And
be
Diddy
what
Kong
Beyonce
Racing,
called
baby.
it.
Diddy Kong
Container.
Racing. Yes, dude.
Racing was good.
Remember back in the day when every franchise had to have a racing game?
Matt, move on quickly.
Trying to. A lot of these. There's going to be two mics very quiet here
I
too.
felt a very long-winded story getting ready to happen.
Who wins this matchup? Pac-Man versus Bowser. Two matchups to go in the second round. Pac-Man versus Bowser. Most iconic video game character.
If we're talking iconic, I mean, it's Pac-Man. It's Pac-Man.
Pac-Man's pretty iconic.
Like, I mean,
I mean, I even have an arcade cabinet in my living room of Pac-Man.
bro, that was like one of my favorite scenes in the movie Pixels. So for those of you that haven't seen the Adam Sandler movie Pixels,
Awesome.
very underrated. Critics shit on it for no reason. It was a great fucking movie. But when they had the creator of Pac-Man go up and be like, my boy, you're my boy. And Pac-Man goes, just chomps his arm off. He's like, oh, kill this motherfucker. Like, it was awesome.
The viewers agree with us. 83% of the 30 votes go to Pac-Man, who's going to move on to take on the winner of the last matchup in the first round, Master Chief versus Scorpion. Not Snake, Scorpion.
My blunder on that.
It's okay. We're just clarifying right here. Last matchup, second round. Who wins? Toby.
Oh, I got the bracket.
You can look at the replay. That was funny. There we go. All right. I'm going to put the poll up and right about, Master Chief versus Scorpion. Sorry if there's a typo. Go ahead. Go get the votes. Go get them. I'm interested how this one shakes up. One, man.
And
To
again,
me,
like,
wow.
you're talking about like two ginormous, iconic characters. Like,
Yeah.
First of all, if we're just to talk about the games, if you guys want to talk about soundtracks, both of these games, amazing soundtracks.
Yeah.
But no game score compares to Halo's.
Agreed. Maybe the new Doom, but
Yeah, I played a lot of Halo, but I played a lot of Mortal Kombat.
If we're in that mode, like what Brandon was saying, you wanted to be James Bond. You played Halo and you wanted to be Master Chief.
Yep.
And by the way, in the original Halo game, for all you that immediately dumped off the pistol and went with the rifle, you guys are fools. That pistol was OP as fuck.
It was too. It was. What an awesome game. Some good memories. With
Wasn't
it.
I still own an original Xbox just for the original Halo game. Don't get me wrong. I understand they remastered it. Great, whatever. The original by itself before the remaster is still better.
I also have an original Xbox. If we all get together sometime, we should have
LAN
a
party.
We should have a LAN party. Yes, dude.
I'm in.
I don't even know what that means, but I have an original Xbox.
All right, you're in then. All right, 27 votes. 27 votes. We dropped a couple. Probably got sick of listening to Zach's
Logan.
rants. We're gonna call it. 27 votes. Master Chief, 56%. Very close matchup. I think that's very well done, voters.
Mhm.
All right.
Oh, we got one more vote hopped in there at the very end, but it didn't make a difference.
Nope, popped in there as well. So, all right, let's show the bracket. We're gonna enter the Elite Eight. Mario, Lara Croft, not Kraft. She's not a crafter. She could be a crafter.
English.
Sarah
Croft.
Macaroni and Cheese.
Lara Croft.
Sonic the Hedgehog versus Link.
Right.
Luigi versus Donkey Kong. Pac-Man versus Master Chief. You guys ready?
Oof.
I think they've done
Good
well. The
Lord.
fans
These
This
have
are
done
bottom
very
half
well
of the
so
bracket,
far.
the bottom half of the bracket is just interesting as all hell. Just the mix of genres and people and characters.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good. Let's see how this shakes out. Winners here get their spots into the final four. Voting's live. Mario, Lara Croft. Have to imagine we all have an idea how this one's going to shake out.
Yeah. I think, like we discussed during the drafting. I think we all agreed that whoever would have gotten first round pick would have gone with Mario, right?
Yeah. That's
He's
another-
probably the most iconic video game character of all time.
Yep.
So him,
it's a tough one to beat.
winning any matchup is it's not going to surprise me.
Nope. 29 votes, 76% of the votes go to who exactly we thought. Mario moves on to take on the winner of Sonic or Link.
I did not see it being that large of a landslide, though.
I know. I'm curious which matchup with Mario at this point is going to even have a chance. I mean,
Has anybody even come within a quarter of Mario's votes?
That was the second one.
Yeah.
The first one was 90 something, and then the second one was 70 something. First round bye. So Sonic the Hedgehog. Anytime you say Sonic, I can just hear the theme song in there. And the same thing with Link. This one,
Dude.
this one,
That's
this
what I was
one's tough.
saying before. Like the original golden cartridge, right? Fucking Legend of Zelda. Doon, doon, doo, doo, doo. And you always get the sword, the ring, ring, whenever you throw it, or the.
Okay.
The original Legend of Zelda with the gold cartridge, the shiny gold cartridge. That is the first game that I ever lost time playing, where I was like, "Fuck, what? The sun's up!"
It's
holy
Sunday.
shit. And that was back before. Do you remember? You used to get graph paper to map out every little spot so that you could have it figured out. And then,
how old were you when that came out?
How old was I?
10?
Oh, what? Maybe 10, 12?
10 or 12, right? Somewhere around there, right?
Probably 12.
Yeah, 12 makes sense because I think I was about 7, 8, 9 ish.
Ooh, this
My
is
buddies
close.
had a Nintendo, so I'd go over there. But
All right, 27 votes. We got stalled again. Last time we had 30. We're down to 27. I'm gonna 28. All right, I'm gonna call it 5,
we got
4,
28.
3, 2, 1. 57% of the votes go towards Sonic the Hedgehog.
I feel wow, that surprises me. That surprises me quite a bit. I am not gonna lie. That one surprises me.
I think Sonic has more staying power.
That's
you
good.
Fucking kidding right now?
No, I'm just saying it's iconic, right? Sonic. When was the last movie that came out about Link?
We're talking
This
video
is
games.
true.
No, I know,
Is anybody else
People
surprised
still
that they
know.
haven't seen a Legend of Zelda fucking movie by now? You'd think at a minimum Disney would have tried to pick that shit up.
That is true.
And I think it'd be cool if they did it, if Pixar did it and it was animated and built much like that game. I think that'd be cool.
All right. 20th game of the night. Luigi taking on Donkey Kong. Luigi taking on Donkey Kong. Winner of this matchup takes on Pac-Man or Master Chief to round out the final four. That is already Mario and Sonic the Hedgehog. It's going to be a good one.
I'm a Drew about Dale Earnhardt, though.
Raise hail.
Mm-hmm.
Raise Dale.
Just praise Dale.
Those games were awesome. That's why I
Just
bought my
because he's
Xbox,
dead
so I
doesn't mean he can hear you up there. That's all I'm saying.
Anyways,
Sonic got that stank power surprise, more like relieved at a minimum.
Relieved? You were relieved that Link lost to Sonic? I'm just every week the voters just, this is why I can't make a bracket, because I make a bracket logically and our voters go emotionally, and emotions are not logical.
No. Mm-mm. All right. 29 votes in. 55% of the votes, Luigi and Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong wins, takes out Luigi.
Whoa, was not expecting that.
You weren't
Yeah,
expecting Donkey Kong to win that one?
I was not.
Oh, that if that showed up on my bracket, that's exactly what I would have picked.
Can I ask before we move on real quick, Toby, why in a 30-second answer Donkey Kong is more, and I'm not disagreeing, but why you think Donkey Kong is more iconic?
I think he's more notable. I think he's more recognizable. I think his name is just as well known, if not as much or more.
Is that? Do you think that's because he had his own game?
Luigi's had his own game.
Yeah, Luigi's had his own.
Sorry, I
game.
wouldn't have known that.
But his
more like
game-
popular, like he was like Donkey. It was Donkey Kong.
But that's what I'm saying. It's Donkey Kong. Like we know Donkey Kong. Doom, 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 doom.
Pac-Man
I
versus
think that could
Master
go either way.
Chief. It was close. It was 53 to 46% after 30 votes. So that was the closest matchup of the night.
We're back up to 30.
That's the
Pac-Man.
first time we've gotten into the 30s on the votes in the last 5
In
votes.
the last couple of rounds, yeah. Pac-Man Master Chief. I'm curious on this because we've kind of said our piece on these, and I guess it doesn't matter because when you think one thing, sometimes they go the other way. And 19 quick votes. One of them is in the lead. Wow, starting to run away with it a little bit. Yeah, this one's all but done after 26 votes.
Wow.
70% of the votes after 26 votes goes towards Pac-Man.
That one seriously surprises me as well. Again, oddly enough, with the same argument that I made towards Donkey Kong, you can make towards Pac-Man. So I mean, it shouldn't be surprising, but yet it still is, just because of how big of an icon Master Chief is.
Yeah.
I'd like for anybody in here to tell me what game you played more of, Pac-Man or Halo, and which one you played most recently.
I mean, not only that, but like, not only did Master Chief, was he like iconic for Bungie and for the Xbox, but like he's sort of like the poster child for first-person shooter games. It's like him and what's his name from Modern Warfare 2, the English guy, Captain Pierce.
Captain Price. Here's the thing: is what's weird is a lot of people look at Master Chief and Halo as like the first person shooter, the first person multiplayer shooter kind of icon, but really it's GoldenEye. And if you go before that, if you just go for first person shooters, you're talking Wolfenstein or Doom.
Doom.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Doom guy didn't make this.
Yeah, and we talked about that last week, right?
Yep.
Like,
I don't know. Did we?
yes, we did.
All right. Let's get into the final four. Mario versus Sonic the Hedgehog. Then Donkey Kong versus Pac-Man. Here we go. And again, thanks to everybody that took time to fill out a bracket. We'll total them up either tonight or tomorrow, and we'll contact the winner.
Yeah, you have to highlight Angel's comment because this is fact, because I was there.
This one?
Yeah. She's talking about Halo.
Well,
it was a good day.
Never played again.
It was a good day.
All right, so Mario taking on Sonic, most iconic, and we're up to 30 votes. This one is done. Mario, 77%.
That's where it should be.
Of the votes. Moving on to the finals to take on either Donkey Kong or Pac-Man. Donkey Kong or Pac-Man. What do you guys think is going to move on here? We're going to get this live.
This one's tough because
It's
you're
hard to
talking
tell
about
now. I mean,
you're talking about two OGs of video gaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
and we
Like
clearly
both
have a
of these
bunch of
came
Pac-Man
before
fans in
Mario
the chat
was
right
ever
now.
even a thought.
Brandon, what do you like?
What's the matchup?
Donkey
Pac-Man.
Kong and Pac-Man.
I think at this point, I think we realize that our voices don't matter. That the Roulette earlier said I hate it here, and I was just going to tell her, "Welcome to the club." We meet every Thursday at 8 p.m.
Or 9.
Central Standard Time. Donkey Kong or Pac-Man? You said correct.
Correct.
I don't think I would go Pac-Man, but I don't know. I don't think there's a wrong answer here.
Yeah.
I mean, like these are both just old school, well-known fucking characters. To say which one is more well-known than the other one, you look at to this day, you look at video game competitions, and you still have Pac-Man and Donkey Kong are in those competitions.
Yeah.
And they're usually two of the last games people have to play in the competitions. Like those are tiebreakers.
Yeah. 67% of the votes, 30 votes are in. The winner to take on Mario, Pac-Man.
Oof.
Yep.
Mario versus Pac-Man.
Big hitters right
I
here.
think that's going to be a tough night out for Mario.
I want to say, as much as I've had problems in the past with our voters, I think this is about as good of a matchup as you can get for two iconic video game characters.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
Agreed. 100%.
Not having known a whole lot about some of these, I think our voters have been awesome today. I think they've got it spot on from what I'm listening to you guys and what I remember. And no, this is the best.
Bottom bracket was kind of fucky.
just
Top
looking at this final, you can tell we have elder millennial and fucking Gen X in here.
Yeah,
because this would not be the same with Gen Z and Gen Alpha right now. Minecraft
100%.
Steve would be fucking listed as the goddamn winner, right
or
behind
Pikachu
Pikachu.
or yeah. I'm glad that didn't happen. Mario, Pac-Man, vote is live. Let's see how it shakes out. Any predictions? The votes are already live.
I think Mario's still going to win in a landslide. He's just too beloved of a character, and not enough people play fucking Pac-Man. Pac-Man is pretty one-dimensional, right? Like we all know that.
Right. If I had asked my parents,
Pac-Man had a fucking
more
cartoon
important,
out before fucking Mario had a movie.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. If I'd asked my parents who've never played a video game in their life who was more important, they'd be like, well, we remember Pac-Man, but we know that Mario's more important.
Yeah.
As long as we said the Pong paddle.
The Pong paddle.
We have a winner, 30 votes, 31 votes. We hit 31 on the last one. That's pretty good.
It's good.
71% of the votes
goes
to a very not surprising champion, Mario.
It's the Mario.
Yep. And I'm not gonna lie, no matter who would have gotten first draft, that was the winner this week.
Yep. I have to imagine a lot of people in the
bracket.
brackets had Mario, and rightfully so. I guess you'll have to see. Did you have Pac-Man making a run? Did you have anybody else? And like I said, we'll total it up. Yes, the hammer. So yeah, everybody that took some time out of their day to watch it, we appreciate every single one of you, whether you were on the Tickety Talk or any of the other ones or the Talking Beards Network.
This is the fastest that we've ever finished a bracket.
The viewers were boom. I mean, there was instant like 20, 30 votes. The show kept picking up momentum. No, it was good. So
as soon as we got going, as soon as we started shutting up, it got better.
What's this we talk? What are you, French? All right. What we do at the end of each of these shows is we need a topic for next week. So feel free to go ahead and comment. We'll star all of them. We'll talk backstage. We're going to put 4 of the topics that either we discuss, you, the viewers, discuss for next week. Go to the Beard Laws YouTube community tab. Whatever is the highest vote wins. The video game characters was the highest this week. There was a couple that were kind of close last week, but not there. So we'll discuss. We'll put 4 up if you guys want to throw them out there now, or we can talk backstage. Comedians.
Mm-hmm. Stand-up comedians.
That's good.
Okay. I know last week, what was up there? That was close. Like sitcoms or something, I think was second place.
Sitcoms have been hanging around.
Chris Pratt is Mario, and he is not doing a Mario voice. It's just his voice.
Here we go. So again, everybody throw in your suggestions. We'll see them up on the screen. We'll star them and go vote on which one. Then whatever one week, we'll be back Thursday to draft.
God damn, Jace. Welcome to the world fucking 4 months ago when they first announced this major fucking trailer.
Chris Pratt is Mario and he's not doing a Mario voice?
No. None of the characters
are
doing voices at all.
They're just Italy and like do that.
Bro, it's just their voices. It's just them being their voices.
That's not cool. No, because they don't want to offend anybody.
Most memorable movie quotes? Are we what?
That's not.
We can't get people to go look up a goddamn video game or a or an actor. You think they're gonna go and try to figure out a movie quote to see if it was worth its vote?
That'd be a tough one to put on a bracket.
All 5 of my picks would just be the first 5 memorable quotes from Gladiator.
Yeah, that would be a tough one.
Dude, I would totally pick Jack Nicholson's fucking just rant from A Few Good Men. Just boom. Put that motherfucker in that goddamn bracket. Type it out, Matt.
You're best.
You can't do
Losers
that.
whine about the best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Oh, that's from The Rock.
That's the best movie quote ever.
All right. That was fun. I appreciate not only everybody listening, watching. This sounded a lot
Italian
better.
Food dishes.
Italian food.
That's a good one.
Chinese food takeout menu.
Oh, jeez. The best
not do
item
that
from a Chinese food takeout menu.
Yeah, best item from a Chinese food menu.
We can't do that. They were
Bro, we are definitely going beef and broccoli on that shit all the way.
Hey.
yes.
Mongolian
ever.
beef, orange beef.
I know we'd have to say. There was one that
Wonton
Toby
soup.
mentioned Tuesday, a potential. Would you cereals?
I feel like we had cereals go up on the polls a couple times, and it did fairly well. So I think it was one of those second places for a couple weeks in a row.
Yeah, cereals would be a good one.
We
Like
one-hit
people
wonder
are
beef.
as emotionally attached to their cereal as they are their fucking Halloween candy. Like, let's be honest.
I'm
People
way
will
more
go to
emotionally
fucking
attached to
war
cereal.
over like peanut butter Captain Crunch. You know what I mean?
Golden Grams.
Brandon's like, all right, now we're going. All right, so we're going to go backstage for just a minute or two. We're going to figure this out. We're going to say our goodbyes to all of you. Can't thank you enough.
Thanks, everybody.
And shout out to you,
Whiskey.
Ben.
Yeah.
Dude's been on the show drafting twice and won twice. So, Euban, this one's for you, buddy. Hopefully, darts was good. We'll make sure to give that to you in person on Tuesday, and payback is coming. So,
That's
all right, can't thank you enough. Hopefully, you guys have a good weekend. If you don't want to have a good weekend, then don't. I don't give a shit. I'm not the boss of you. We'll see you next Tuesday, and then we'll be back next Thursday.